Man, JJK is back. Jujutsu Kaisen is back. And man, what has it been, guys? I think it's been like a month? Yeah, about a month. And we're finally back with some of the JJK greatness. And it's really good to have Jujutsu Kaisen back with One Piece. I actually finally caught up to Black Clover and My Hero Academia. And I'm going to be getting into possibly reading Red Hood too and stuff like that on Shonen Jump. So we'll see. But Jujutsu Kaisen is back, chapter 153. Amazing, amazing. I really enjoyed this chapter overall, guys. But you know, let's get into it. Let's take our time and just go over everything, right? So we start off with Master Tengen, and right off the bat, Kenji Hakari, right? And he basically explains that he's this bookie for this underground fight club. That's where you're gonna find him. It's a hand-to-hand combat fight club. It's got non-sorcerers, it's illegal, blah 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 blah, right? And he basically tells them to be careful on this whole thing. And so in the next couple panels we get Megumi kind of explaining how they're going to go about things. They're going to take off their uniforms so there's no suspicions, and they're going to try to find a way to get close to Hakari. And basically, like we've known for the past couple chapters, the whole idea is to recruit Hakari to have them fight on their side during the calling game, because according to Yuta, which is very interesting, he's stronger than him, which is crazy. But also at the same time, we don't know where Yuta stands with Rika, even though we still, Rika is back, but we don't know like the new conditions of Rika being back. Because again, Rika disappeared, but now she's back. So does he still have this unlimited pool of cursed energy? We still know he has more cursed energy than Gojo. It's just minor things like that. But asking me, I have to see it to believe it, honestly. But I'll take it from Yuta. He is stronger, so I'm very excited. They basically get stopped by Hakari's guards. And then that's when Megumi starts spinning up a line about, oh, well, a month ago, this guy told me he was a scumbag. He was full of himself, basically. And he's like, hey, you remember that guy? And then the other guy in the background, he basically makes a call to Hakari, basically explaining everything. And then he says, that's enough. Boss said it's okay. And the boss being Hakari, because he's the one running this whole thing. But the one that they want fighting is Yuji Itadori, because obviously Hakari doesn't trust Megumi. And, you know, Hakari knows who Megumi is, so that's probably where this whole thing is coming from, right? So we keep going, and we see, you know, we see in the next panel that there's a camera, and Megumi's looking at that camera, and so they're both explaining how things are gonna go, and they're basically saying, you know, look, you're gonna do the fight. I'm going to try and sneak around. Megumi's like, I'm going to try and sneak around in the parking garage and whatnot. If something happens and we don't get to meet Hakari, they're just going to have to use force, basically. But that's only going to be a last resort if everything doesn't go as planned. And they just reiterate that the only reason they're coming here is for his cooperation. They don't want to make it to where it could get so bad to where he doesn't want to help them at all, right? So we get into the next couple panels here, and then we have Yuji Itadori talking to one of the bodyguards that was at the front, like the front gate earlier. It wasn't really a gate, but a little alleyway. And he's basically explaining how this really goes down in the whole fight club. He says there's two rules: no running away and no cursed technique. Then Yuji says, why? I'm fine if someone wants to use them. I don't mind. The spectator then explains, the guy explains that the spectators are non-sorcerers who can't see them, and invisible fight ain't fun to watch. And then Yuji also asks, you know, why no running away? And then the guy said, you gotta fight where the spectators can see. So basically, it's all for entertainment purposes, and Yuji's like, oh, okay, I get it. So if I if I really do well this fight and really bring out that entertainment side of things, I'll be able to meet Hakari, which he asks about, hey, you know, what's the boss like, right? And this is where this is where it gets kind of funny, right? So we find out about Yuji's opponent, and then the bodyguard's like, shocked me the first time I saw him too. And I'm like, okay, who's this opponent? And I thought it was this John Bobby guy, but he's got the mic, so he's an announcer, right? And by the way, we get a nice little spread of the area where they're fighting. The spectators are on the second floor, and the floor that leads, the floor in between the second and first floor is basically gone, right? So turn the page to the next panel, we find out it's Panda. All right. And I just thought this was hilarious because the guy's like, it stands like a panda, sits like a panda, walks like a panda. It's Panda. And we're just like, in my head, I'm just like, okay, this is perfect. Like, this is just, I knew for a fact that they weren't going to take this serious. There was no way, right? And then we get a little bit of an introduction. Have you placed your bets? Let's get ready to rumble. I can feel things start to cool down. Why is that, Kin? Lucky is nothing if you don't test it. Or luck is nothing if you don't test it. It's boring to know who's going to win. No stray sorcerer is tough enough to beat Panda. You sure about that, huh? So, right off the bat, before turning the page, I already knew that Yuji was going to win. But I definitely also knew, too, that he wasn't going to, like, beat up Panda for real. They were going to kind of act it out. And, you know, he's definitely right. Kenji Hakari is right. No ordinary sorcerer, regular sorcerer, could beat Panda. But, you know, we scroll to the next panel, and we get them going at it, right? And they're kind of talking to each other while fighting. And they're like, hey, you know, or Yuji's like, Panda Senpai, have you met Hakari? Nope. He isn't suspicious because he knows me, but he's avoiding me. The other third-year sorcerer is also a problem. Are you hiding that you're a Jujutsu High student? Yes, good. Then you know what to do next, right? Hits Panda. Panda puts on a terrible act. I can't move. The Animal Welfare Society won't stand for this. And basically, Yuji wins, right? Now we get a full look at Hakari. He looks cool. Now, I'm trying to remember in the anime if he had braids. No, he had like a little mini fro. So we could kind of see here he's got like the whole, and I hate this kind of look, at least on, you know, in my personal opinion. It still looks cool though, but he's got his eyebrows kind of cut up there. He's got the little mustache, he's got the little fro, and he's got the Doflamingo jacket, looking real good. And yeah, we get introduced to him, and he's excited that Yuji won. She's shocked, and he's like, okay, I could write up a good script for this guy, right? And so we get his introduction, third year Kenji Hakari, and then we also get another third year, which I was surprised that he's hanging out with another third year, but we get Hoshi, Kirara Hoshi, and I'm trying to remember, but I don't think we've been mentioned to her in the story at all, but she's got an interesting design. Yeah, both of them honestly have really cool designs. I'm just looking at it. She's got a little choker. Yeah, she looks cool. They both look really cool, right? And then they're talking about, he's on the phone with another guy talking about, hey, keep an eye out on the other kid. And we see Megumi kind of in his little he's using his ability because the guy did not see him at all. So he's kind of cloaked up in his cursed energy there, using his ability to kind of hide. And he overhears them talking about him and to stay vigilant. And then Kirara will provide security too, he says, Hakari says. And then last panel, this is thrilling. I haven't been this on edge since the days of my whole girlfriend and maxed out credit cards. This is hilarious. I like this guy already. And then Kirara says, don't talk about her. So I'm assuming, you know, they're dating, or, you know, they're interested in each other, right? You know, going back in a couple panels, she was kind of caressing him, it looked like. So he looks like a really cool dude. I'm like completely honest, he looks really cool. I really like his design. I really like Hoshi's design. This calling game arc I think is gonna be really great, and everything leading up to it so far has been solid. Especially getting, going from this to Maki, and then we get to meet Hakari. Like, Gege is hitting all the points that he, in my opinion, needs to be hitting to keep this excitement going, from Shibuya to the Zenin clan arc to now this. Like, I could just tell this is going to be great, and it feels great to have Jujutsu Kaisen back in form. It really does. But yeah, I mean, I like the design. I like Hakari. I like the setup we've got so far, and I really can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And I'm also curious of what you guys think as well. But yeah, great chapter. Great chapter. It's good to have Jujutsu Kaisen back and Gege Akutami back. But yeah, guys, give me your thoughts in the comments below. See ya.